whack job nostrils. Welcome to the Nashville Nose. I'm your host and resident whack job, Dr. Magnificent. And today we're going to discuss a wacky, yet brilliant, and incredibly creative niche brand run by one of the most incredibly talented and world-famous whack jobs in the perfume world, Alessandro Gualtieri. Famous for his brand, Nasamato. And Orto Parisi is his sister brand, a project he claims to dedicate to his grandfather's garden. Yet all of the fragrances are kind of themed after body parts or bodily secretions, so I don't really know where that connection lies, but I absolutely love his creative mind. I think he's brilliant and eccentric in his fragrance creations, and he claims that the parts of the body which carry more smell are the places where more soul is collected. Okay, I'm with you, Alessandro. I follow. I think his body part or bodily secretions themes he puts with his fragrances are probably tied to his eccentric sense of humor, because he's a wacky guy, and I can relate. I only have a handful of his releases, but the ones that I own, I absolutely am crazy for. Viride, which is a really versatile, really nice, green, lush, a little bit spicy, kind of fougere-like fragrance. Stercus, which is themed after whatever that is. Yeah, get out of here. But has this pungent, somewhat sweet, somewhat funky, dark, dense, sexy, woodsy, kind of oudy thing about it. And Seminalis, which is themed after I'd rather not say. But regardless, this is also a really incredible fragrance. Kind of fresh, sweet, and creamy. I think that's enough descriptors. But I just scooped a brand new one to my collection, and we're gonna unbox it and test it out for the first time live with you on camera. The leather-themed Cuoium, his current latest release from the brand, which I'm so excited to finally try. So let's quickly rip it open and take a look at the bottle. Here's the box. It's just a cardboard box. It's got a figure 8 pattern stamped on the top. I don't know what this artwork is. It looks like a brain neuron. Check out this presentation. Not your average perfume box. It's collapsible. Kind of hard to hold, but it's kind of cool. It just opens up like that. How about that? And then this is something. I don't know what's going on here. Also doubles as a frisbee. It's got this interesting little holster that you undo. And here we go. Here is the bottle presentation. Well, that's something. I guess this doubles as a throwing star. Ooh, that actually got some distance. The inside of the box has some sort of artwork on there. What it is, I don't know. Is it leather? No, it's not leather. Is it an eye? Is it a big brown eye? Or is it like the big brown eye that comes with Stercus? Okay, well, there's your box. Let's check out the bottle. I love this cool little wrinkled leather jacket that it has on it. That is your fancy leather-bound bottle. I have many leather-bound bottles. And even the cap is super cool. First of all, it's metal around the side, and then the top has a leather accent just like the rest of the bottle, and it's got this cool design on the top. I don't know what that is. Is it pie? That's a really fancy design. Viride, also got a nice metal cap, and the top has a piece of wood wedged in there. I guess that means that it is a woody scent. Stercus also has a wood accent on the top, but it looks different. It's like kind of a jagged wood. I'm wondering if that is representing an agarwood. And then yeah, the top of the Seminalis cap, I'll let you use your imagination. It's so weird, but I love it. All right, so we're gonna start by testing out the new guy. Time to diagnose. The doctor is now in. Applying Cuoium right there, right here. Got some heft to it. Hold on. Oh, God. Oh, that filled up the room fast. I might have to turn my fan on. Get some air in here. Yikes. Wow, okay. It's real strong right off the rip. Ooh, my goodness, wow. Okay, we're putting out some serious volume, and it put a really thick, dense, shiny sheen on my skin here, so I am feeling pretty good about the performance. I believe this is also an Extrait de Parfum. In fact, I think just like Nasamato, all of Orto Parisi's are Extrait de Parfum. That is a really, really strong, but really, really nice leather composition. Goodness gracious. That did not disappoint, at least in the open. And I have high hopes for its extremely incredible longevity. I mean, look at that. It looks like I put a wax coating on my hand. My hand is laminated. It's as if they put Vaseline in the mix. Like they swapped out the perfumer's alcohol for Vaseline. My God, this is gonna take a while to settle down. All right. Well, let's get back to that one because I wanted to also kind of compare it to my other Orto Parisis in my collection. So why not? Let's put them all on. Let's start with Viride on this hand. I really love this one. I wear this one a lot. It's just a nice, easygoing fragrance that has really good performance. Oh, it's really spicy, really green, really woodsy. Whew. Man, I really feel like there's an absinthe note in this one because it's got that kind of boozy, nose-tingling effervescence. God, I love this one so much. It's like just fresh enough to be pleasant and delightful, but it's got some really dense spices and some sweetness. I've always kind of said this has almost like a mint chocolate chip kind of flavor just tucked in there. But the more I wear it, the more I think the sweetness might be coming from vanilla. I don't know. Okay, and like I've said many times, we're going to be guessing all of the notes today because Alessandro Gualtieri keeps them under a lock and key. He does not disclose what he puts in his blends. He could be putting anything in here. We just don't know, but we trust him, even though it's very difficult to trust a guy who puts out a fragrance called Seminalis, which we might as well apply right now over here. What's the secret ingredient in Seminalis? I hope it's not one he made himself. I mean, I'll be honest, what really got me interested in his brand was the weirdness. So I back it. I think it's hilarious. I think it's great. I'm an eccentric, crazy person, so it's right up my alley. Man, this is just so nice. Like I mentioned earlier, it's fruity, it's creamy, it's woodsy. Some people claim it to have a little bit of this fresh baked bread type of thing about it. I think it's a little lactonic. I think there might be something like pineapple in there. Whew. It's golden. And finally, Stercus, which is, I believe, has oud in it. Oops, got my bracelet. Oops, oh well. My bracelet will smell amazing. Oh, God. Yeah, it's funky. This one takes a while to, like, really settle down and sweeten up because it's pretty off-putting right off the rip. Yeah, the opening can be a little bit much. That's why I think that there is a really pungent natural oud involved because oud can be a little off-putting in the open and it takes a while for it to fully dry down and develop, but once it does, it gets really sweet and sexy and sensual. And also to my nose, I feel like I can smell cherry. I think black cherry is involved. I also think that maybe chocolate, just to provide the sweetness. And there's a little bit of a subtle hint of earthiness in there, which makes me think that maybe instead of chocolate, he's using a chocolatey patchouli. Sometimes patchouli can come across a little chocolatey, so that might be in here somewhere. All these just smell so nice. I think they're so unique. I think they're so special. I mean, this is where a lot of art comes in when you're talking art of perfumery. This is a very artistic and creative type of niche brand. All right, let's check back in on Cuoium. Oh, wow. Yeah. I like this. I like this a lot. Oh my God, did not disappoint. I wouldn't say it's anything really all that completely standout-ish if you want to compare it to other leather dominant fragrances, but I think it's just a really well done leather scent. These kind of fragrances are the things that really just light up my brain, gets all my neurons firing. And even now, Stercus is starting to sweeten up. Oh man, Seminalis gets real musky too. Viride hasn't really evolved much in its scent profile, but it's just overall really pleasant and really nice and really easy. I mean, for a really eccentric niche fragrance, it's on the easier side. It's not necessarily like an easy, super wearable, like almost designer level fragrance. It's just really good. And they have all collectively made a fog stew of scent in this room. I really got to air this room out because this stuff will live in the air up here for a while. Anytime I spray Orto Parisi or Nasomato and then I leave my fragrance studio, I'll come back the next day and I'll still smell it. I probably should shampoo this rug at some point. Who knows what collective layer of fragrance sediment is just living in my little shag carpet here. Anyway, beside the point. Cuoium is smoothing out. It's a little less abrasive as it was. And I feel like it's just gonna keep continuing in that direction. And I'm trying to think of what complementary notes might be in this. Maybe incense. That's kind of popping into my mind. It's pretty animalic. Man, something kind of woodsy, like a piney wood or a cedar, maybe. I don't know. It's just guessing at this point. It's kind of hard to tell. Let me check some comments and see what people think. Oh, okay, so there are some notes on Fragrantica that users have submitted that they think that they detect in this blend. And how about that? A lot of other people also detect incense. Yeah, it was either incense or some sort of spices. Ah, patchouli. Okay, that's up there. And a lot of people claim that there is vanilla in the base, styrax, ambergris, cade oil, which is a resin or a balsam, also known as juniper tar. And it's supposed to give it a tar-like smoky nature to it. I'm also wondering if a lot of these notes are ingredients commonly found in a leather accord, because you can't distill leather. Well, whatever's in this, it's fantastic. Okay, I'm stoked to step away and give all of these a long time to fully show me what they got.
Show me what you got.
And I'll show you what I got when I get back. Stick around. We are finally back. I know it's only been a few seconds for you, but I decided to give them a good long time to fully strut their stuff. I wanted to put these to the real true test because these are incredibly great performers, full on beast mode, every single one of them, my kind of brand. And now let's see how they've all developed. We'll start with the ones that I know. Viride. Viride actually dries down into, at least on my skin, more of a green, earthy, woody. It doesn't really have that boozy absinthe feel anymore. It's not even all that minty. It's not even entirely fougere anymore either. But it does sweeten up a touch. I think it just gets extremely woody in its dry down. It's just like a forest of trees with a little bit of sweetness. Earlier I mentioned it has kind of a mint chocolate undertone to it. I feel like that becomes a little bit more apparent in the dry down. It's less like a leafy green mint and more like a rounder, sweeter, denser chocolatey mint. It's truly perplexing, yet incredibly attainable. It's the mean, green, creative part of your brain satisfying yet people-pleasing machine. All right, Seminalis. This one does sweeten up as it dries down, much like, you know, nearly all of them and nearly every fragrance. Anything with sweeter notes, especially in the base, are gonna sweeten up as they dry down, obviously. But I feel like this one also gets spicier. That kind of playful fruitiness, almost yellow fruit, the pineapple-y kind of thing is long gone. But yeah, the sweet and creaminess starts to take over. It makes me think that there may be a really sweet and creamy sandalwood note in the base somewhere. It's a weird and wacky theme, but a really stellar fragrance. I mean, I can't think of anyone who would dislike it. I think it absolutely slays. Now to Stercus. This one I think has made the most dramatic evolution out of all of them. Because after you give it a few hours, it's no longer pungent. It's no longer funky or indolic in any way. Instead, I stand by my earlier statement. I think this is absolutely a black cherry dominant fragrance, especially in the dry down. It's sweet and fruity, yet still sexy and still sensual. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know how many people would fawn over you if you did wear it on a date, because it is really different and really out there. But man, this is pure perfumery art right here. I mean, everything from this brand is pure perfumery art, but this is a really grand example of how niche fragrances morph and evolve and take you on an olfactory ride as you wear them. Now the new guy, Cuoium, Moment of Truth. God, yeah. God, that is an A+ leather scent. One of the best ones I've smelled in my fragrance journey so far. In fact, I feel really inspired right now to make a leather themed video. And I really want to compare this to all the other ones that I have in my collection. It's just really nice. I really love it. And okay, here's my final thoughts on this one. Cuoium, sample it now, along with everything else from Orto Parisi. It's not hard to find sample vials of this. Definitely check out this brand, check out this scent, and check out all the other ones I mentioned. Try them all. You really should. Whew. Well, this was a really fun, full-on, full-blown scent adventure today. Glad I could finally discuss this house that I've been a fan of for a long time. Yes, I promise you I will make one for Nasamato in the future, and I'll stay true to my word. I'm very inspired to make a leather-themed video. That will be coming too. So, you know what to do. you better subscribe so you don't miss any of that stuff. Sounds like some good stuff. Also, if you could be so kind and give us a like, ring that notification bell so you know exactly when I drop all that golden content. Share us with your friends and family. Blast us out on your socials and leave me a comment if you've tried Orto Parisi or if you want to try Orto Parisi. I want to know your thoughts because it's not a fragrance channel, you know. That's right. It's a community. And don't forget to swing by for the next adventure. Until then, stay weird, stay adventurous, stay kooky. And of course, stay smelly. The doctor is out.